today our session is about transforming your intranet into a digital hub of collaboration and innovation. So we will talk briefly about how the intranets have evolved over a period of time. What are the current challenges that various organizations face day in, day out due to the changing expectations of the employees, and how using different and more innovative tools, more social and collaborative tools, we can change what intranet can deliver for the organization. As a part of this this webinar, we will be breaking it into 3 segments. The first segment would be a presentation on what the horizon of the requirements of an intranet, current intranet is. The second part would be a demo of the tool that the platform that we've developed that transforms your intranet per se. And in the third segment, we will take up questions from you and give you some more information about our product and our company. So I'm starting with the first slide now. So, so based on various surveys and polls that have been happening currently, we've seen what has been seen is that most of the new workforce that's entering various organizations is not really up to the mark in terms of engagement. According to a Gallup survey done in 2014, more than 50% of the US workforce is not engaged at work, and the numbers in the rest of the world could be even more dismal. So while most of the leaders feel, or the HR leaders feel, that they have done enough for the engagement strategy, but if you see in reality, there is hardly a strategy that is that is behind engaging employees these days. What it ultimately translates into is that since the employees are not engaged, they're not empowered, they're not current in terms of technology expertise that they should be having, it translates into lower productivity, lower will to work, and hence lower revenues for the company. So this is like a hidden disease that's plaguing various organizations. Some have risen and taken recognition of the fact and are trying to do something about it, but most are not. But increasingly, as you have the newer generation, the millennials, join the workforce, this problem is going to manifest even greatly, and organizations are going to realize that they have to do something urgent and something concrete around the engagement strategy. So where really does the gap start from? The person of today, there is an employee expectation and there is a corporate, mindset on how things need to be done. So the employee expectation is that I only want to see certain areas of information, of communication that interests me. While the corporate thinks that these are the dictats of the company and this is what the employee should be knowing. So the employee expectation is that the intranet or the information should be so engaging that I should want to go there again and again. Whereas the corporate expects that this is the website. It should be a religion to go in every single time and get the information from there. So it's more binding. Again, employee wants to connect with only certain people in the organization which he wants to, but corporate expects an idealistic scenario where every employee does know something about the other employee. The current employee seeks control. They want to have control over what they are seeing on the intranet, versus the corporate again is looking for control on what gets displayed to the employee. The employee wants it to be intuitive, simple. They want a better work-life balance. They want to have control over, they want increased productivity. But corporate doesn't care. Corporate says, this is the information, this is how we've laid it for you, and you should know where you need to get this information. So basically, what the employee seeks is contextualization. So if I'm working in a certain set of circumstances, this is the context, and this is how I should see information. The employee seeks personalization. He wants to save time. And he also needs to have some social connect, some interest. He doesn't want to interact with a black box. So what really caused this, engagement gap? Did it always exist? Not really. I think what we've seen in the past 8 or 9 years or so is that two basic factors that have been playing in the background that has really changed expectations of not just employees but people in general is one, the very good internet connectivity speeds that we get across the world right now, and the other is the advent of the handheld device, the smartphone. These two things in combination in some way or the other change the expectations of the entire global population, and our employees are a subset of that. So there is no way that we could have escaped that. So with the WhatsApps, with the Skypes, with the Twitter, Facebook, everybody is connected. Everybody has a simple looking application to go to. Everybody is sharing information on the go. So these are explosive engagement enablers which change the expectation of the population as a whole. And so the employee that enters your organization or logs into your intranet has similar expectations from the intranet. And when it does not do that for them, they feel disenchanted, they feel disengaged enough or productive enough to go in there. And this is why the engagement gap is generated. So to somehow close this gap, the current intranets are adapting themselves. Some very quickly, so some still in a dormant state, really recognizing the challenge over there. So an employee, what really is an employee-centric collaboration platform? The employee-centric collaboration platform is something that understands that an employee does not want to interact with a black box. He wants to see information, so the system should be intelligent enough to generate the right information for the employee and tell them that this is what you need to do today. This is what should be important for you. This is what this is what your person of interest is. All that point should be a part of the platform per se. It should be localized per the demographic of the employee, and it should be future-proof. It should be scalable. So to this end, we have developed a tool which is the Digital Employee Engagement Platform, the acronym for which is DEEP, which does this and more for the organization. The way we've designed the product is that the wrapper or the layer around that the employee interacts with is very social and very collaborative in feel. But inside of it is the basic core internet functionality that existed even 20 years ago. So which has the business tools, the SSOs, the LDAP integrations, your project management tools, workflows, HR policies. So everything sits within, and outside is a layer where the employee really feels, wants to get into and easily can connect and get the resources that he wants access to. So here is a brief overview of the key functionalities and features that are a part of DEEP. We'll be walking through this as we go into the demo of DEEP. So the key, so we've kind of layered them into 4 different layers. As I said, the outermost layer will be social and collaborative. A lot of features are built around social networking, they're about ability to IM and text and chat with other people, blogging and commenting, chat rooms, and people can appreciate other people, and so the idea is to give that instant gratification feel to the employee. Just beneath that layer is the actual work that is happening in the corporates. So this is the asset management, the document management, team management. This is a very interesting feature we'll talk about during the demo. There is events and there is workflows. To make it easier for the employees, there is a third layer where there is an ability to personalize and customize. So the user has can fine-tune the content that's getting delivered to them, and the good content can bubble up by itself. There is a predictive analysis tool that we have built into the system already. This will be a work in progress in continuum, because this is the future of employee engagement. So when we look at employee engagement in future, with the advent of big data and with the advent of great predictive analytics tools, there is so much more that can be done in terms of understanding your employee, recognizing your employee, recognizing leaders in your workforce. So this is a feature that we continue to work on, hopefully in future releases there will be a lot more work done on this end. On the last layer is the implementation part. So, this is a secure cloud-based platform, so it can be made available. While it is on cloud currently, it can be made available on-premise based on the requirements of the organization. It is tightly integrated with Solar Search, which allows you to finely tune the results and see. Search is a pretty very empowering tool for any organization. If you can do that right, a lot of time and productivity benefit can be given to the employee. The SSO and LDAP and social login features are available if required. We have built connectors for various different tools, so which includes Jira, which includes Outlook, Gmail, Google Calendar, and so many more. A key thing that I want to highlight would be, which makes it a tool, a class apart from the others, is that it has responsive design built in. While it's a small feature that I can talk about, but it makes the tool a whole more different, because that means your employee is carrying his intranet with him at any time. So based on your corporate access policies and based on some tweaks, you can allow your employee to take his intranet home, work based on his convenience, and contribute much more to your organization. So next in line is the demo. We'll quickly run through the demo of the product that we're talking about. So this is the login screen for Deep. I'm going to log in as an administrator. As I had mentioned, this is a responsive design, so which means that if you log in through your handheld devices, smartphones, or tabs, this will adjust to the screen size, and limited information will be displayed to the employee based on what is selected during the design process. There's an ability to log in with your social credentials. Again, it is dependent on the corporate policies whether they want to go ahead with that. We currently have integrated it with our local LDAP servers. So all users are created in LDAP and can log in the moment they sign up. So during the first day of their being a new employee to the organization. So let me quickly go ahead and log in. Right. So this is the home screen of the platform. So as you can see, it's a very social looking thing where a Facebookish feel to it. So on the center of the screen is the blogging area, where people can write, they can post information or tidbits from the organization. People can like what they're reading, they can comment on that. But just to control, to mediate the content, there is an ability to flag content. There is a trending searches, so based on what is being searched over there most frequently, you can see what people are looking for in the organization. There is a following feature, so if there is a person of interest in the organization, or so you always have people who love to share information. So you can follow such people, and whenever they post something in terms of a blog or a video, you get a notification and you can immediately look into that. Apart from that, there is a recent activities feed, so you can know what other people are doing currently, and get quick access to content. So you can see where we're coming from. So instead of you trying to find out content, the system itself displays content to you, and you decide whether it's you or not. And there is an ability to open and close these frames, so there is a level of personalization. So if you don't want to be disturbed with such content, you can close that, right? Fulfill that, there is information that is free flowing in the system. Apart from that, there's a tags thing. So when you can based on you can click on tags and get information relevant to that subject. If you see, there is a right here. So this is our integrated chat. This is the integrated chat tool. Employees in the organization, sometimes this this is the list of users who are currently logged in. This chat application also comes with a responsive app. So very simple to download, available in all standard stores. So you can log into the app and quickly find a person of interest and start chatting with. So let me try to find Hari. So it's as simple as finding a person, typing in your message, and then you're all set. You can have a project conversation going. Apart from this chat, in one-to-one chat tool, there is an ability to have chat rooms. So you can have personalized or project-specific conversations going here. The people can be, it can be by invitation. So for us, we have, created rooms by regions. So this could be for projects and teams and functions as well. If I go back up, if you see on the feed of documents that are getting updated, so the latest upload of documents, and if you tag certain documents to be important, they start appearing over here. There are two small icons over here. This is more like creating that personal touch. So somebody's liked your content or somebody started following you, every time you post your previous login, you will get a small notification here, so you know that somebody's shown interest or appreciated the work that you've done. I will now look at the next feature, which is a social feature, which is the appreciation. These are small things that, as I said, add a personal touch to the day-to-day life of the employee. So a lot of times people work in teams, so you can go ahead, log into the system, quickly click on the upload button, and if a single person or a team has helped you, you can quickly write in a small message, a personal note, and this is for all to see, and that person will get an email notification that he's been appreciated. Another feature that is social and to this end is the life hacks feature. So this is so various people are doing various things in various departments. A lot of times some small tips remain in silos in different departments. So this is a way of getting out that information in the organization and make it free flowing. So this is the beginnings of a knowledge management system. So people can, if they have anything to share, any tip to give, they can share it over here. And you can, use the search feature to find something interesting. And then, so let me go inside any one of these. So this is like a project-related information that Madhav has shared. So I can read all that information, and if I liked what I saw, then I can rate this information. So what it does is that automatically the good content bubbles up. There are tags attached to it, so you can quickly find information. You can like this content, and then so information, as I said, can flow in the organization. This feature can also, people are selling stuff, or they're moving in, they want to know about the locality and all that. So an extrapolation of this feature can be used over there. The next is the videos section. So this is your multimedia library. So if you have educational or corporate communication videos that you want to share with your employees, or employees in general want to share some event-related videos or their personal videos, based on your filtering standards, you can allow them to do that. We personally use it for our training, for internally training our employees, and allow them to rate it and provide their feedback on the same. The last feature that kind of makes it to the social layer, and I really want to talk about, is the people feature. Is almost a given that is required in the internet, but the way it is done in different intranets is different. We've tried to make it as user friendly as possible. So if you see here, our main search comes with two tabs, which is a content tab and a people's tab. So we want you to quickly find the people of interest in the organization and get in touch with them. But even over here, if you see, if I try to find Amit, so that's a co-worker. So I immediately, see a tiled view of all the Amits that in the organization. Sometimes know them by faces. So this, aids you to quickly find people of interest. Also, if you see on the side, there is an ability to filter these by various parameters. Okay, so I'm sorry, my audio connection was lost, so I will repeat this again. So since we've integrated search, so it's very similar to the way it works in LinkedIn. You can which you can search. Technical company like ours, you would want to search people by their skills because you want them on project. But in you can define your own parameters by which you want to search people, and someone's profile. So let me go to and see a personal wall. So if I want to share a quick message with him, I can do that. I'm logged in as an admin, so I see an edit button, but if I log in as another user, I wouldn't see that. I will see when did he last log in. I can immediately start chatting with that person. I can follow that person. The employees, we've kept radial graphs as to what are they contributing, how many followers they have, what are their contributions in terms of specific components. So that is shown, and also what are their contributions in terms of content and what comments they received. So this is their social contribution, and on the side pane, there is more information about what a brief they've written about themselves, who are they reporting to. So in the background, you kind of get a start getting a hang of the organizational structure, any certifications studied at. Another extrapolation of this feature could be, you could be like, where have you worked at previously, and you can find people who have worked in similar organizations in the past. So this is a page of the person. Kind of walk through all the to the business or that are help. So while the social layer helps you helps keep the employee engaged. Okay. So while the social features try keep the employee engaged, there is obviously the business component at the crux of the system enables the employee to deliver more to the. So to this end, we've built this Teams feature. The idea behind this feature is to create a collaboration. Can get a so there are two intents of it. The first intent is to get a bird eye view for the management, so that they know what is happening in the organization in different teams. In an IT organization like ours, there are multiple projects running at a certain time. So this is like, so once the CXO level person logs in the morning, we would immediately get to know what is the status of all the projects that are running in the organization. So while this is being used in Teams scenario for us, it can be used used differently in different organizations. It can be used for departments. It can be used for training sets. So based on your requirement, it can be used. So so in this case, let me go into Team space and right. So this is a dedicated team space for Deep. This is restricted area where only Deep role-based access will be provided. These are the members who are a part of the Deep team right now. Again, based on current company enrollments and new joinees and people leaving, this list will be updated. This is a wall that is specific to this collaboration area only, and project docs team. So this area is sacrosanct for this particular team. No other team member can enter unless there is intent to do that. We have also integrated with Google calendars and Outlook calendars. So if so tools running, we could integrate with that. So out of that meeting, you generated a list of to-do things or MOMs that need to be worked on. So you could generate a list of to-dos and you can track them. So all the things that are open items are red as of now, and what's done is blue. So that's the team thing. This feature can really do a lot for your organization. It based on your thoughts on how your teams work, and we'll be happy to customize it based on your requirements. The second most critical feature is the doc store. The doc store is basically the document management system. We try to keep it light. We try to keep it simple looking. So it's a very simple, folder inside of a folder kind of look, where all your documents are stored based on in folders. And so let me open up one of the folders. Right. So these are the documents. If I go ahead and click on any one of these, so this is how the document entity looks. This is the meta information for the document, who is the owner of the document, any comments that have been given. A very inherent part of this document management system is the ingrained roles in management. So there is a very fine level to which you can drill down the roles and access to in every individual document. It does come with the standard DMS features like version management, locking, workflows, commenting, and content expiration. So that's already inbuilt. Apart from that, there are a couple of cool things. So for example, there are some documents in the organization that have a lot of work that has been done on them on the background. So for example, a PPT has been built there, but there are modular images, or there are Word documents that went into building, or Excel sheets that went into building that document. So you can list those as attachments to that document, and so you kind of enrich the document itself and make it easier for people to find documents. Similarly, you can relate a document to anything that's already existing in the system. So a very effective way of managing your documents. So while this is a lighter version of the DMS that for HR, if you have a DMS that's already in place and that's doing much more for your organization, it's easy to build connectors and get those pulled into this system, or vice versa. It is entirely up to the requirements of the organization. Apart from that, we have the standard ones. So there is a very comprehensive lean management system, which has very enriched set of features, which allows you to set multiple work statuses. You can request for comp-offs. There is a holiday list available. You can look at your balance. There are reports available that you can look at from the HR point of view. Also for the work status. So in case of our organization, a lot of employees are either traveling or working from home. So if the employee just needs to get into the system, log in here, and set his work status, and all his peers will get to know what is where he is at right now. And that really opens up a new way of communication, because you're not like hitting the wall in terms of finding out where your peer is. Another important functionality is the asset booking system. So a lot of times organizations have assets like rooms or cars, or say guest houses, that need to be booked by various employees at various points in time. So a lot of times there are manual systems around it, or Excel sheets which are not very effective. So in this case, there is a booking system which shows you my bookings, or if you want to book an asset, you can see what are the other bookings pending for it. And based on that, you can allocate your resources more efficiently. As I told you earlier, that the way ahead on this intranet is that we want to make it more intelligent, make it more effective in terms of analyzing what is really going on. To this end, we built an engagement report. So this engagement score is basically an algorithm that's running on the back end. It is taking into account various things that the employee is doing. So it takes into account whether you're looking at other people's profiles, if you're submitting some content, if you're searching for information. So based on that, it is calculating your engagement on this particular platform. And the cool thing about this is that it can also be done at the lead level. Yeah. So the cool thing about this is that it can also be done on team level. So you can find out what is the engagement level for a certain team, and even drill down to the employee level. There is a ready report that's available that tells you who are the most engaged people on the platform, and this is something that gets refreshed every month. What we're working on currently is the ability to have sentiment analysis built into this, so that you can have a greater feel on what's really happening in your organization, what are people talking about, what is a perception around a communication or an employee. So that's a component that we are working on, and I think will be rolled out shortly in one of our upcoming versions. Another component that we are working on as a productivity tool is the ability to do some sort of audio and video conferencing, so that translates into real revenue saving for any organization. So this is a picture of what Beep is as a product. I will now quickly jump back to my presentation and give you an overview of what it looks like in terms of pricing. So we have created 3 packages for this, so to say. So there is a light package which comes with a price tag of $1 per user per month. It comes with a a limited number of user set of 100 users, storage of 5 GBs, limited hour phone support, and an inclusive integration of LDAP, because that's a must-have for starting off. The second version is a professional version, which is more feature-rich, serves larger number of users, has more storage, has a wider support window, and comes with 3 custom integrations. These could be any based on your corporate requirements, but APIs need to be available. The third version is the enterprise version. This pricing will be available on request. We'll be open to customize the product based on your corporate requirements. And here is the list of things that it can do for you. So that's a roll up of what I had for in terms of the slides. Now I'll quickly give it back to Priyanka, and she'll help you. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Shivani. So moving ahead, if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat box there. Meanwhile, while you collect your questions and type them there, I'll Signix Datamatics. We are actually headquartered in Santa Clara, and were founded in 2000. We are #1 pure play open source services company and have 4 development offices worldwide. We basically authored 15 plus open source books and have around 500 open source consultants. We are actually actively contributing to the open source community. Until date, we have contributed over 5,000 contributions. Here are the list of partners. We are partnered with Liferay, Alfresco, MongoDB, Magento, ForgeRock, and the others mentioned here. Coming to our recognitions, we have been receiving recognitions from our partners as well as from the industry leaders. We have received the Liferay Innovation Award of 2015 and have been receiving the Community Excellence Awards for 4 years in a row. We've also received awards from Alfresco and Gartner. Apart from that, we have been recognized by Great Place to Work Institute for being amongst the top 100 companies. Now, plus now we have 200 clients across 15 plus countries. Now coming to this, we actually are not a very big company, but not very small. We are an ideal size company, an ideal size service provider with global delivery capabilities. So basically, we are filling the capability gap in the marketplace. Coming to our capabilities, we offer solutions which are like portals, content and collaboration, which is enterprise content management, big data analytics and IoT, and e-commerce. Apart from that, the platform which actually we demoed right now was Deep, that's the digital employee engagement platform. Apart from that, we have a franchisee management platform as well as a reputation management platform. Coming to our services, we have a very interesting service which is called Opera. Opera is an online readiness assessment tool. So this basically an online this assessment tool, you can actually take the assessment. It's a 15-minute assessment. You can log on to operaonline.signex.com and get the report, an instant report in 15 minutes of your IT landscape. Now we'll open the forum for question and answers. So we have our first question. So on which technology is our platform built? So Shivani, would you like to answer that?
Yeah. So Deep is built on Drupal. Drupal, as you know, is like a worldwide, world popular platform for content and content management system, and extensively used by the government of USA and government portals worldwide. So it's a pretty stable tool, has a flourishing open source community supporting it. The reason that we picked Drupal for building this tool is the ease of which it can integrate with other tools that are available. So if we enter a corporate workspace, that has a multitude of systems that they're using, this Deep can snugly fit into there and easily integrate with other tools that are available.
Okay. So Shivani, we have another question. Do you have a module for predictive analysis? Can you elaborate on that?
So as I had mentioned during my talk, this is not readily available as of now, but is work in progress and would definitely be a part of our next release or the release after. So this is definitely in the works. If you can provide us your details, we'll keep you posted on whenever we have that ready.
Okay, one more question, Shivani. How many concurrent users can the platform support?
So we've done, we've seen real life deployments where Deep has functioned well under in employees of the count of 250 to 300. That's the number that I have personally seen. But I'm sure Deep can scale up to more. It really depends on how many concurrent employees you would require. And obviously it will depend on the infrastructure that you are willing to invest in. But again, as I said, if you have a specific requirement, we can do fine tunings around it, and this can definitely scale up to easily up to 4,000 or 1,000 plus employees.
Yeah, we've come up with another question. How can the HR function make use of the data? Are there any tools, analytics, or reports available?
Right. So currently we are using only the tools that are inbuilt of Drupal. That's a conscious decision. We do not want we want HR or the department, the function, to influence us as to what kind of reports are needed in terms of really intelligent reporting, but available. So in terms of leave management, in terms of assets, how they're being booked, in terms of related information, those reports are.
I guess that's it. Thank you, Shivani. Thank you everyone for attending, for taking time out and attending the webinar. In case if you have any further questions, please feel free to drop us an email at info@signex.com. We'll definitely revert you. Post this webinar, we would be sharing the presentation and the webinar recording with you. So that was we have one more question. One last question.
We'll keep the window open for another 2-3 minutes. Yeah, for questions, because they're still coming in.
Yeah. So is there a travel or expenses management module?
That's a very good and interesting question. So in one of our recent implementations, we came across this scenario where travel related and expense related work was being done in SAP, and we had to integrate Deep with that. So while that is one scenario in which it can be handled, Deep is based on Drupal, which means that it has a workflow functionality built in. So based on your, as I said, as your function requires it, we can customize the workflow, and this can definitely be done.
One more question, Shivani. Your product integrates with different department tools. What if we have an existing product used by HR?
We'll have to look at what you're using. We'll have to study in terms of technology, but I can be with reasonable confidence that since we are working with an open source tool here, and if the APIs are available, it shouldn't be a big challenge to integrate with what you have. But as I said, if you have specific questions, please drop us an email. We could evaluate what we are looking at and get back to you with more details.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot, Shivani. For any further questions or for any further information, please feel free to drop us an email at info@signix.com. We'll definitely respond with answers. For today, thank you everyone for taking